Happy Friday, everybody. For everybody listening, this is podcast number 5 for Day Job Hacks, and I got Joey Babineau here and myself, Bill Dory. How you doing, Joey? It's Friday.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Love Friday. It's always good. And yourself?
Absolutely. Doing well. I'm actually excited. I might get some sun this weekend. As you know, in Canada, we only get 2 weeks of sun a year. So
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, I'll be doing the same, I'm sure. My wife's actually going away this weekend, so I'll be home with the kids and kind of busy that way, but might get
Kids and the
outside for
dog.
a few minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So I did notice there has been some changes to Powerhouse this week. I was logging and taking a look, and it looks like the training has completely been transformed. And I mean that in a good way. It looks like I can track my progress now. You want to talk more about that, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I was busy there last week, working on the back end of Powerhouse because I wanted to we got a ticket there probably 2 weeks ago from a customer that came in and was kind of upset. Remember that he was upset because we didn't have video. We didn't have, he was saying that our delivery was a little old and archaic. We kind of had reasons for having a lot of text in our training because we like to keep it up to date because the industry keeps changing. So if you make a bunch of videos, your videos become obsolete. So a lot of the training courses out there are obsolete within 6 months to 8 months after they've recorded. So that's why a lot of our courses are in text. But I still felt he was kind of giving a good point that a lot of people like to see video. So I made some more videos, updated some of the old videos, put them back into the system. And then I also updated the platform so that we could track progress because people like to be able to log out, come back in, and we have a lot of content inside. So by making that change, now you can go in, take our training. You can click on, I've marked this one complete, and all the lessons are tracked. And at the end of each course, it gives you points. So you earn points, and we're going to have some point systems and prizes later for people that actually do come in and take action and complete our training because there is really good training in there. We talk a lot about different aspects of CPA marketing and building authority niche affiliate websites. So that was kind of the motivation behind me changing it up back on the inside of Powerhouse Affiliate. So I guess that's
awesome.
That's why.
Yeah, seems like it's going to be a lot better for affiliates. Everybody seems to want to be into the video training. And I understand why. Like even myself, I hate reading. I love watching videos, like anything I want to know. But like you said, it's really hard to keep video current. I mean, we could make a video. This podcast could be obsolete before we're finished, depending on what we talk about.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I try to make it as evergreen as possible in the video training because a lot of the stuff has not changed in like 15 years. I mean, there's certain things that you do online as an affiliate marketer or as a marketer in general that just aren't going to change. I mean, the psychology of ads might change a bit, but over time, like people are still, responding to calls to action, strong calls to action, scarcity, all these kind of things that are just kind of built into marketing are going to be relevant for many years. Now, once you start referencing websites and traffic sources and their ad policies and stuff like that, this stuff changes every week. As you know, Facebook last month or 2 months ago didn't like cryptocurrency at all. Then they introduced a cryptocurrency, and now you're all of a sudden allowed to advertise crypto on Facebook, right? As long as it's not some scammy crypto offer. But in general, these are the things that keep changing, right? So if you try and teach people through video that it's great to you try and teach policies and stuff like that, it just doesn't make sense. So that's why we still have the text portion below all the video.
Right. Yeah. Again, like I said, I think it's going to be a good change for everybody, and especially the new guys coming in. They're not even really going to know what they were missing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's what I wanted to allude into. I guess maybe you're going to do that now, but the difference between our training, I guess, is that we separate it into two kind of components. One is about building yourself an authority niche blog. Excuse me. And this involves a lot more work and it's a little more long term, but you're building yourself a property. And we talk about this a lot. And And then there's the CPA side of affiliate marketing, where it's super aggressive, highly competitive, but you can make a lot of money fast if you buy traffic and send it to a landing page. So it's kind of like the blitz method, where you're going in and you're going into an extremely aggressive market. There's thousands of affiliates competing against you. There's only so many CPA offers out there. You can tell when you go into a CPA network that a lot of the offers are similar. They're just kind of named differently, right? So everybody's in these highly aggressive niches, and there's a whole different aspect to CPA networks and CPA offers, as opposed to just running your typical affiliate marketing website about, let's say, woodworking, whatever it is, right?
Right. Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing too. Like I said, I think we've talked about it quite a bit in the last few podcasts. If you really want to get in long term, it's the way to do it. And like, I know everybody wants to just hammer out this next offer and get to $1,000 a day and be that super affiliate, but and that's not a bad thing to do. But if you're going to do that, at minimum, you should at least start an authority site, because for one, it's not a ton of work. It is a ton of work over a long period of time, but you could chip away at your authority site a few hours a day, and then put the rest of your time into chasing a CPA method or offer or whatever. And, as that CPA method may die and you might find others, your authority site will always be there in the back end. And, over time, it'll definitely build up.
Yeah. And I mean, when it comes to building an authority site, you're actually learning every aspect of the business, really. You're learning how to set up a website. You're learning how to set up your hosting, a domain. You're testing content. You're creating content and delivering it. You're seeing the response time. And this is why we created dayjobhacks.com, is kind of to show that as you build more and more content, you're going to get more and more response from people, and you're going to get more and more organic traffic, which is the traffic from Google, YouTube, Facebook, all that. It's a slow process, obviously, and it all depends on your patience, right? And how fast you want to make money. A lot of people think, okay, I want to make $1,000 a day right now. Well, you're not going to do that by starting an authority website. Over time, you might be able to make $30,000 a month with an authority website, but it's going to take you a couple years to get to that level if you're just focusing on organic traffic. Now we enter into CPA, where it is possible for anybody to just start today, get yourself hosting and a landing page, and go to a spy tool like Adplexity or anything like that, and find a campaign, set it up on Facebook, set your budget to $500 a day or whatever you want to do. And by tomorrow, if you're luckier than whatever, you know what I mean? You'd have to be super lucky. You could potentially make triple your money by running a CPA offer. But again, now, if you do that, Facebook is probably going to ban you because they hate CPA offers. So if you don't have a system in place and you don't know how to get your ads approved, or you don't know, the actual way to run these without pissing off a bunch of people, then you're probably not going to make $1,000 a day for very long, even if you do make $1,000 a day. So that's why I guess CPA is one of those areas where it looks really attractive at first, but then when you start to dig down a little deeper, you realize it's extremely competitive, and the ad networks really don't like you.
Right. And like I said, everybody wants to be a super affiliate until it's time to actually dig in and do affiliate stuff, like learn traffic platforms and go through the hoops and the different things that these platforms will put you through, because you're running CPA and you're not running your own product. Google's really, really bad for it as of late. Like they want full on website with your contact and in your terms of conditions, and they want everything, the privacy policy. And I understand why. I mean, obviously, they're trying to represent legitimate businesses. They don't want just random pages being thrown up for any random product. But, it has made it hard. It's not as simple just to throw up a landing page like it used to be. And I mean, it can be done, obviously. You can still do it on Facebook. You can still do it on Google. You just kind of have to go through the hoops.
Yeah. I mean, there's some offers out there that are completely friendly, right? I mean, some of the lead gen offers you can set up, like we spoke in one of our previous podcasts, where, you set up your own squeeze page first. get them engaged with a survey, maybe survey style landing pages, that kind of stuff. And it doesn't really start by you promoting blatantly a CPA offer. So the ad networks, when the reviewer team comes to look at your ads, they see engagement, they see some real activity and something offered, like like maybe getting somebody to join your list first, or getting them to answer a few questions and then sending them to a video sales page or something. That seems to be a little more helpful and doesn't get you banned so fast.
Yeah, no, like to another point on what you were saying, as far as, you know, a lot of these platforms becoming where they're not so friendly to people that just want to run CPA offers and host random one single page landing pages and stuff like that. I find if you, like, we've had a few guys come into Powerhouse that have had some cash capital and weren't scared to lose a little bit of money. And if you're in that situation and you just want to get in, Rev Content loves CPA offers. Other native platforms as well, depending who we're talking. We know Outbrain's not quite super compliant for just CPA pages and just regular landing pages. They do want full out sites as well. But I mean, if you got a little bit of paper and you don't mind losing a little bit of money, you can easily get started on Rev Content. Like you said, using a spy tool, rip a landing page, get all the elements in play. And I mean, I find native right now seems to be, it's one of those platforms that seems to be working across multiple verticals and niches, whereas like you'll find Facebook, there's only certain ones that seem to be, I guess, in the lead and in the pack and doable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because you see a lot of the training out there sometimes talks about how fast you can make money with CPA, and then people get in and then they try and then they don't make any money, because really it's really tough, right, to make money with CPA affiliate offers if you don't really have a plan. And the fact is, it's a lot of people, when they fail or they see CPA networks crashing, and just like recently we've seen a bunch of networks going down this year, and people think, oh man, it must be a scam, right? But in reality, you see these events all around the world, like Affiliate World Barcelona and Bangkok, and Affiliate Summit East, where I'm going to be heading in next week to New York. The Las Vegas Party Affiliate Summit. All of these events have thousands of affiliates in the performance marketing industry, which is basically CPA. You go to these events, you're only dealing with people in the CPA affiliate network or affiliate world, it seems to me anyway. Rarely do you see a bunch of people talking about SEO or authority site building and stuff like that. I mean, the exception, you might see SEM Rush has a table set up there or something like that, one of those SEO tools. But for the most part, you're seeing CPA networks, or you're seeing traffic sources and a bunch of people trying to get you to buy traffic from them, or, you know, affiliates walking around partying, basically, right? So these are huge events. Thousands and thousands of people attend these events every single year. Now, if this was a scam, you think you'd have all these big events going on? No, this is a real industry. It's massive. You just have to know how to run traffic, and you need the right information out there. It's not a, you know, a smash and grab, kind of grab all your cash and you're going to make $1,000 a day. You need to know what's going on, really.
No, for sure. And that's the thing too, is like we did see another network, another really, really big network kind of close their doors, Purefly. And I mean, Purefly has been around since I've started, probably before as well. And I mean, I think it's been what, 10 years or 8 years for them?
Yeah, I think it was 11 I saw in one article about Purefly. But yeah,
Right.
I remember they were around way back when I started too. And it's crazy to see them all kind of going down, but it's not really a surprise. I mean, we've seen it at least once a year. We see a big network go down, right?
Right.
It all comes down.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's been like a period where there hasn't. Like I remember, like back when like Eagle Web Assets was around and those other networks, you know, like they didn't, like there was a point in time where they were all kind of collapsing. There's different reasons. It was mainly coming down to just advertisers not paying, them fronting too much on traffic for affiliates that don't have proven quality, things like this. And it seems like all those wrinkles kind of got ironed out, and we were kind of in the clear. Like you see networks kind of dip, but really starting to kind of watch the dominoes fall, if you will. How should I feel about that as an affiliate?
Yeah, I mean, I myself am not worried. I see, I've seen the networks obviously collapse in the day, and I guess it's just who you work with and stuff like that. Like when it comes to Purefly and Above All Offers and Mundo Media, some of those networks that kind of just closed this year, it kind of makes you think, okay, well, what's happening? But when you look deeper down into the realm, I guess, of the industry, and I'm not saying I know exactly what happened at each one, but there's certain events that took place in the last couple of years that kind of make it obvious as to why, I guess, a couple of these places collapsed. And I spoke about it a lot on the blog post on Day Job Hacks that I recently did. What I guess I thought was happening in terms of, a lot of product owners and people that own products are actually just running their own affiliate teams now. So they're competing with the networks that they work with. That's one of the things. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different factors. You've got the processing in place, the Visa and MasterCard guidelines that have changed a lot over the last couple of years, and networks are kind of accepting more risk from the advertisers they work with, especially when it comes to trial offers and stuff like that, where you have these companies setting up multiple corporations just to get processing in place so they can get some cap. And then they have the networks push it out to their affiliates. You have one bad affiliate that pumps out a bunch of crap traffic, and the whole system shuts down because the advertisers' processing got shut down due to chargebacks. So everybody on the network that was running the same offers kind of accept the same risk. So there's those risk factors in place that kind of make it not as safe as it used to be when you're working with a network. So you have to find networks that are reputable and been around a while, but even that theory is kind of, put to rest when you think about Purefly, who's been around for 11 years and they shut down. But they shut down with, integrity because from what I see, they paid everybody.
Right. I mean, I also think in a way too that it has a lot to do with, this transition we've been seeing again and again with these affiliates. And I mean, if you can be your own product owner, more easier in 2019 than you could before. And you can, you can get Shopify. You can pretty much sell any product on Shopify. It doesn't even have to be a physical product. It could be a digital product, whatever. A lot of these affiliates that moved, I don't even think it was so much that a lot of affiliates moved. I think it's just the top affiliates moved. I think a lot of the guys that have been, if you want to call it the backbone of the industry for so many years, that have probably been the blood of a lot of these big networks, I feel like they're just like, you know what, it's time to move on, and they have, and because of it, we kind of have that void, and there's less pie to go around, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the offers in CPA, let's be real here, they're pretty scammy, right? I mean, getting people to sign up for a trial offer, and then you're charging them $90 for a bottle of pills that you probably got for $3 at a warehouse down in the States somewhere or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these are pretty shady, and even when you come to those pin submits and stuff like that, you're tricking people into getting into a rebill scheme of some sort. For the most part, a lot of the CPA offers are built that way, right? And that's where it gets really aggressive, and that's why the ad networks and stuff don't like them. So if you're constantly trying to push these types of offers and a network is focused mainly on a scammy offer, it's not going to last very long. Let's look at crypto offers for a second, right? I mean, just yesterday, I read an article about, I'm not sure who it was, but there was an article about a house in Germany or somewhere in Israel that got bombarded, and somebody was arrested for these shady crypto kind of schemes going on where you're doing investing software. And it's kind of like the old binary days. People are getting their doors kicked in, right? So if you're on a network that focuses mainly on an offer like that, do you really think it's a safe move for you as an affiliate, especially if you're running a ton of traffic, to be involved in a network that's focused mainly on a shady offer? And this is kind of what I'm not, sure exactly what happened, but you look at some of the networks that collapsed in the last 5 years, and you look at the offers they're running, and you can see kind of why they're gone. Right? If you're focused only on trial offers, and then all of a sudden Visa and MasterCard starts cracking down on these offers, your network traffic is going to, drop significantly. You're going to lose cap. And all of a sudden, all these employees you have to pay, and your building that you have to rent, and all this stuff, you got to pay that still, especially, and you probably lost 75% of your traffic due to cap and advertisers just not paying and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and again, too, affiliates aren't the most loyal players in the industry, right?
exactly.
And
Right? As soon as you get a nice offer running and it's super, profitable, and the network's getting 15% or whatever, there's a possibility that you can get that offer somewhere else for a higher payout or whatever. Like, why wouldn't you move, right?
right. Yeah, well, that and the other thing too is like I've seen it happen before, and me and you, I'm sure over our careers have been in different positions with this, where you're running an offer and you're crushing it, and then that offer goes away, and then suddenly that network still wants to be great friends, but there's nothing there for you. I was only there because of this one offer. I'd love to send more traffic, but
I know
you don't have what I want. So I mean, we could talk and shoot the shit on Skype or Telegram all day long, but unless you have what I need, there's no, nothing's gonna happen.
And I'm starting to realize more and more that you can't just keep testing and testing and testing. It takes so much of your time unless you have a team. And I'm kind of like a lone wolf affiliate myself. I mean, I've got a couple people that I use for outsourcing, but I don't have a big, massive team. And so as a lone wolf marketer, you don't really have time to keep testing. And so you get these, affiliate managers. I can understand that they want more traffic for their network and that's their job. But sometimes you just kind of have to say, look, like, sorry, I only have so much time in a day. And it takes a lot of time just to try one new campaign, right? You find one that works, you need to work on that almost full time to kind of get it optimized and running to a scale that it makes it worth your time. And yeah, so it's kind of a challenge that way. I can see, if I had a team of 10 people, I'd be like, okay, you can test this one for us. And, if I had a couple of media buyers working for me, but.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what a lot of the long-term networks do is they end up having their internal team, let's run some of our own traffic. And, once we've done that, that's a foundation and a base. So if affiliates never run a click, we're okay. And I feel like a lot of the strongest and the biggest networks out there have that internal team. And it also helps them with affiliates because if they know what works, they've tested it themselves and they can just hand that over to affiliates, gives them a lot of leverage.
Exactly. And yeah, that's kind of what I look for is when I'm looking for a network that's been around a while. Going to these events, you obviously meet people and you can see who's actually legit and who's not. But you're right. If they have a strong internal team that's buying traffic, it seems they're a stronger network and they don't have to rely only on affiliates to keep them afloat because they're probably doing a lot more work internally anyway.
Exactly. I think my cam froze, but that's okay. We can carry on. I'll fix it in the background.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
Maybe to end this today, we're going to keep it short because it is Friday morning and it's super sunny, but maybe we'll go through the process because a lot of people have been asking lately, how do you apply to a CPA network and how do you get in? Because a lot of people want to get into a network that has different offers. So we did have an interview a couple weeks ago with Monster Ads, and I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to show how to apply there. They do have a selection of offers that aren't all focused on one niche. They do have a lot of dating, but dating obviously is one of those niches that just is never going to go away. So this is one of those factors that you can consider as one of those niches that, is evergreen. But it is a little more challenging around dating. But they don't only have dating; they have a lot of Facebook-friendly offers and some lead gen offers. So it might be a network that people might want to check into if you haven't already. Obviously, they're a huge network, so people do know who they are, I'm sure, watching this. But for the new people out there watching, Bill, do you want to go through and maybe apply and show kind of the theory behind how to get yourself approved? And
yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I just Googled CPA network. Well, obviously we're going to apply to Monster Ads, but like people are just constantly crying. Like, I don't know where to get into a CPA network. Well, I just Googled it and look, you can already see some guys are taking advantage. I have no idea who Whale Cash is or Pixley, but I have heard of Hilltop Ads. So I mean, you can easily come in here. Again, I'm gonna apply for Monster Ads too, but I'm just gonna show people how easy it is to find one. Now, I'm not saying just apply and trust the first network you Google, but it's a place to start doing a little bit of research on them. These guys have been around for a while. I've met a few of them at Affiliate Summit in the meat market. So yeah, like literally, you publisher. Own sites, sells traffic, name, build, bill at media.com. If I could type, that would be great.
You look like you got a haircut, Bill.
I did actually.
Good job.
I had to. Thanks.
Yeah. How's the new place treating you?
Good.
Excellent.
So look, I just sent, I guess there's a confirmation link for that. No, it's great. I feel like I can't type because I haven't been on the computer as much as I usually am because of the move.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Monster Ads here. But yeah, my office walls are pretty bare right now. I gotta get all my accolades up.
Yeah.
For the next little bit. All right, so affiliate sign up. Literally, I just went to monsterads.com, clicked affiliate sign up, first name, Bill, last name, Dory, Bill at Volt Media. Now, I already have an account, so they probably will just. So actually, I don't think I have one with Volt Media, but yeah, go ahead.
A couple things, I guess, to consider when you're applying to a CPA network is don't make up a name. Just give them your real name. Give them an email address. Most of the time, if you use a Outlook or Gmail or anything like that, you're going to get an extra layer of security where they're going to ask you more and more questions. If you have your own website and you have a domain, use an email like with your domain name in it. This will help kind of build a little more trust because these networks are, like I said, first of all, they're highly competitive networks. They don't need anybody to come in and start being shady. And a lot of people use CPA networks to try and scam people. So because it's really, they have a lot of offers that you can get paid without actually getting somebody's credit card. So you can get paid for getting somebody to enter an email, that kind of stuff. So these networks are going to be super, I guess, secure. They're going to be interviewing you. They're going to be looking at your information. They're going to be checking it. And if you try and lie, then they don't even waste their time. Okay. They don't call you if they think there's anything on this form that makes no sense. It doesn't mean you have to say that you made 50 grand last month. It doesn't mean that you have to lie. If you're a newbie and you're new to the game, say that in your interview here or in this. This is your opportunity to basically tell the network that you're a real person.
Right. So just even go through. I'm not going to use my real information, obviously, but Bill Dory, Vault Media, individual. Bill Dory. So if you have a company name, you can put it. If you have a website name, like if you're on a brand or authority site, you can put it. I just put Bill Dory. This is essentially what's going to show up in the stats when they're looking at your name, whether it's you or in a corporation or whatever. If you don't have a website, throw your social media. I mean, I have multiple websites, but I'm not an authority site type of thing. So you know what I mean? Like I can put in one of a million different websites and landing pages or domains that I purchased. So in this case, I'm just going to put my social media page. They can find me there and do that. Now, super important to put your address, your real address, because right now they have looked at my IP address when I applied. And if this address does not match the IP address that I'm applying from, it's a red flag number one. And a lot of times the actual platform itself will auto flag. They don't even put two and two together. The system will do it for them. So you always want to be accurate. And even if you're like, for instance, if you're on the road or something and you're applying from New York and you live in San Francisco for whatever reason, if it's not matching the geolocation, put that. There's always a place for notes. So you can always say like, hey, I know it looks like I'm from New York, but I'm actually from San Francisco. This is why my address doesn't match. That'll go a long way with your process. So I put Saint Podcast for my city, random postal code, Canada, New Brunswick, phone number. I never, ever, ever put my tax ID, VAT, or SSN on my application. That's just me. If they require and it's a required field, just populate it, whatever. Referral code, I don't have one of those. Skype username. If you don't have Skype, you need to get it. These networks don't care that you might use WhatsApp or something else. They're gonna only operate on the platform that they use. So if you don't have a Skype username and they request it, make a Skype. Contact number. I'm actually gonna put this back here. First name, Bill Dory again. How long have you been in affiliate marketing? So I'm gonna be completely honest and say 9 years. It's going on 10. But again, if you've been in this for like 2 weeks, put 2 weeks. How do you generate your traffic? Let's say I'm learning, I guess. Working on Facebook ads. So if I was brand new and I was learning and I was just starting with Facebook, that's what I'd throw in there. And how do they hear about Monster Ads? I actually heard it from Powerhouse Affiliates podcast with Julio. I could type. You still there, Joe?
Yeah, I'm here. My dogs were barking, so I just turned my mute on.
Oh, great.
Yes.
All right. So what are the top 3 offers you are running now? None. I am just learning. Now, like, here's the thing is, like, they obviously want prospect affiliates that are already running traffic, but they don't mind bringing in somebody that's new because everybody has to start somewhere. These questions aren't really to say, like, okay, he's too new, I don't want him in my network. A lot of this stuff is to vet to make sure that you're actually a real person and you're not going to scam the shit out of them. Real earnings per campaign a week. I'm going to say $0 because I'm just learning. What networks are you running with now? Vault Media, and anybody is with Max Bounty, so I can put that. And I was referred by Julio Medina.
One thing that to not do here is to try and send them screenshots and stuff. It's like one of the biggest flags ever. If they ask for screenshots of income and stuff like that, obviously that's what you'll have to give them. But most of the time they're going to make you, if they feel that you have any sign of not being a real person, but they still might see some potential in you because you gave them a website that looks good or something like that, they may request that you do a live screen share and actually log in. So if you lie and say that you're a member of Max Bounty and you're not really, and they say, okay, log into your Max Bounty account, please, and you don't have one, then obviously you're not going to get in. So it's really interesting. You have to be really honest with these people.
How often, Joe? How often have you been messaged and said, "Hey, do you know so and so that just said he worked with Vault Media?" Happens all the time.
Exactly.
So, yeah, if you put a network there, you better hope you've worked with them because they are going to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows everybody in most of these networks. A lot of the CPA affiliate managers who do the reviewing have worked at other networks too. So it's so easy for them now to see a liar. But you know what I mean, Bill?
You're right, 100%. I'm just going to show here on my screen share. Like, we have groups dedicated to keeping out shady people.
Yeah.
So, exactly. Yeah, and it's not worth it.
No, absolutely. And once you're flagged once, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get in ever again, really.
Yeah, and I mean, these groups aren't even just for shady, whatever. Like, sometimes you'll get an affiliate and, it looks too good to be true. You really think they're legit, but you're not sure. All you got to do is run in that group and just drop the name and say, hey, does anybody have any intel on John Smith? And if there is, 90% of the time it'll come back and they'll find out whatever dirt they have, or even sometimes it's good news. They, this guy's legit, run with him, whatever. So for describe my sites, learning how to buy traffic from Facebook or Nutra type offers. I guess that's probably not something good to do because that's really not something somebody new would be into
in itself.
Yeah, learning how to buy traffic from Google for lead gen offers.
The reason
So
why I
that's
say
pretty,
that, be a flag, people watching, is a newbie is not going to be very successful at running trial offers on Facebook. And we talked about that with one of our last podcasts.
right.
You're going to need to know a lot more about how Facebook and Google review their ads and stuff like that. So we're not suggesting you go out and tell people that you want to run trial offers. I wouldn't even suggest doing that anyway. It's just one of those niches that it's going to take too much effort, especially if you're starting out.
Yeah, and those glory days are over, right? It's, we're not in the same area as we used to be with that. And I think a lot of people missed the boat. There's some guys that, like, it's one of those methods. It's like, all right, it's working. Oh crap, now it's not. Let's fix it. And then you fix it, and then it's working again. Then you fix it, and then you fix it, and then you fix it.
Once it gets down to the bottom, I think, sorry to cut you off, Bill. Once it gets to the people and where everybody knows about it, like, it's probably dead.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, if somebody new comes in and tries to run it, it's been patched and fixed so many times. The method is just gigantic at this point. And the guys that have been in it from day one, that have been modifying their method, can do it. But like, for a new guy to come in and say, okay, I need a cloaker and I need, it's just insane the amount of configuration that it needs. And then again, too, it changes every day. Like, Facebook changes the way they do things, and now your method doesn't work.
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, just keep it simple. Like, that should be your focus anyway with Powerhouse. If you are trying to get into a network, Joey mentioned in the last podcast, you need to have a game plan. You don't want to just come at this network and apply and just, and nothing angers a network more than when an affiliate applies, you approve them, and they apply for 75 offers within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just approve, it's not like you collect them, you know what I mean? Like, you got to pick one and go. And I mean, you're not going to run all 75. You're probably not even going to run one if you've applied for 75.
Exactly.
So don't do that. Have an idea what you want to do. We're here at Powerhouse to help you do that. The training focuses around having a game plan going in. And it's literally as simple as just picking a traffic source, picking an offer, and kind of moving from there. So here I'm going to look at Google traffic, and I haven't picked a particular niche, but lead gen's pretty easy to start with because there's no purchase necessary. Google's very clean traffic for the most part, so it's kind of a winning combo and a great place to start for a beginner. So
one tip on that, if we do have case studies inside Powerhouse Affiliate, and we're going to be doing more. Obviously, we like to share those with people. But when it comes to Google and lead gen with CPA offers, you can't just go and direct link to these offers. You're 9 times out of 10, you're going to get flagged from Google, and probably 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be allowed anyway by the CPA network itself. So if you're going to run lead gen from Google, you're going to need to build yourself a website anyway. And this is why we do authority site training, how to build a website, because you're going to need an authority type website if you're going to be running as an affiliate on Google paid ads. Google just doesn't let people go in and buy traffic to a landing page anymore. They're not very receptive to affiliates anyway. But if you have a big website and you have a lot of content, you can create your own squeeze page, collect a lead yourself first through Google, and then run it through to the CPA offer afterwards once you get through that first phase. So you need to make sure that you don't just direct link to these offers from a CPA network. It's just not going to work for you.
Right. No, exactly. And I mean, the other thing too is if you do put together a WordPress blog and, build it right out so you have all of your essentials with your contact page and your privacy policy, and then you just make one of the pages on that blog, your lead gen page, or even, you know what I mean? You can do it that way. And there's a million ways to do it. We could get into pre-popping and all kinds of crazy stuff, but yeah, just for the application purpose, just be transparent on, what you're doing, have a concise a plan, and let them know what it is if you want to get in. So after that, I'm going to be completely honest. I've never read these unless there's been issues with me getting paid. Then I read them very carefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terms of service. Yeah, of course. We believe you. I know these guys anyway. They're good people. Submit.
Yep. So then you wait.
Bill George, you've been instantly approved. No.
Yeah.
Great. Oh no. Okay. Here we go. So you can see, like, why would a CPA network have this verification process.
Yeah. I remember when I
And
first built a network back in the day, it was leadsmack.com. It was a long time ago, man. This is like, frig, I can't remember, like 13 years ago. And me and John Smith was his name. We created this network. It was a long time ago, man. But anyway, we set it up, and within 2 weeks, we had like 300 applications. And we're like, man, we're not even advertising. We got like 300 applications to our network. This is awesome, right? And yeah, so we were like, okay, we were complete new to the network game, and we started, approving people that looked real and stuff like that. And within like probably 2 weeks, we're like getting all this traffic, and we're like, this is awesome. And then all of a sudden, no payments from any of the advertisers, because the advertisers we were working with are like, you guys realize you're sending just complete garbage traffic, right? And we're like, what? And so we learned the hard way on that. So
that, and like the other thing too is you get like some crazy Indian guy out there or somewhere else in the third world that has a bot that'll automatically spam applications to your network, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to approve or disapprove 99 out of these 100, but I'll keep this one. Well, all 100 were from that one guy, and that's all he wanted was just one to be approved. So
yeah. Anyway, over the years, we closed leadsmack.com and we sold it, but eventually I opened a new network. It was called Vault Media, and after learning all of the stuff that we learned the hard way, it was a lot easier to run the network after that, because pretty much it's now private 100%. Nobody can get into vaultmedia.com network unless you're paid member of Powerhouse Affiliate. And even the offers we have, we're not out there trying to pitch our network, because we're not trying to recruit affiliates to our CPA network at all. It's just a completely internal team where we're working on our own offers. We're running stuff. If you're in there, that's great. But yeah, we're not like any applications that come from the general public. It's the system automatically just deletes them. It's a private 100% network. And that is for that one reason, is because we don't want to be associated. We don't want to have to go through this whole process of vetting people anymore. And so just thought I'd share that.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is, as much as, it's great running a CPA network, that takes a lot of time away from training and other things as well. So
yeah, I really like making money as an affiliate, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree too. And I even prefer the training just to help people and get them into the game. I like doing that versus managing affiliates. So that's why, we do have Vault Media, but you see us kind of giving shout outs to monster ads, like encouraging you to apply. And the same thing happened last week with our podcast with Farhan from MaxWeb. We're not trying to keep you guys in house, explore. If there's any network out there that you guys want to be a part of that you can't, message us, message one of us. We'll try to do an introduction if we can. It doesn't hurt us at all to have you kind of test the waters, and you'll see as you get into the industry, like how many affiliate networks, Joey, have you been a part of?
Oh, at least 100 probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the same with any big affiliate. Like it just is what it is. You're part of everybody's network, and if there's an opportunity that comes up.
Back when I did run trial offers, I would sign up to any advertiser network that I could to get cap or whatever, you know what I mean? And I did minimal vetting of the networks, because it was just a smash and grab approach. Like I say that a lot, but man, when the time came and you had the traffic and it was running, you needed cap immediately. So you would sign up to anybody that had cap, right? And that was what was happening probably like 4 years ago when we were running trials and stuff like that. So yeah, I probably have a bunch of accounts out there still, but I don't use them nearly as much. I think I'm down to like 5 networks now that I work with exclusively.
Yeah. And I mean, I get, I guess like affiliate managers too, a lot of them I find they haven't quite been seasoned yet. And there's a lot of greener affiliate managers than there is experienced. And they just think if they get you in the network, that's all they need. Now you're on a mailing list. Now you're going to see this and that. And like, I hate it. I really do. I'll be honest. And they'll be like, hey, just sign up here. And I was like, I know I'm never going to send you traffic. And it's just like, okay. And you feel bad almost. You just sign up for their network, and you know what I mean? Like, But
I do
yeah,
stay on some of the mailing lists though, just to keep abreast of, like, I don't generally read them. I just kind of scroll through what offers are. And if I see a trend happening, like out of the 3 or 4 networks that, like, I'm probably on like 10 lists where I'll just scroll through the offers quickly and see what's in there, just to see if there's something new that's not CBD, or it's not like skincare, or it's not diet. You know what I mean? Like all those big ones. If you see something maybe new coming in, like CBD was new couple years ago, or maybe a year ago, where you'd start to see these CBD offers popping in, right? And then people are like, oh, okay, there's a new one, right? So it's good to
nobody
keep.
would touch them
What's
when they
that?
started. I remember nobody would touch CBD when it started.
Yeah. But it's kind of like that. Like you see these new ones pop up every now and then, and it's like, okay, maybe that's something that we could try. But so I don't mind staying on a couple lists. But yeah, it's the Skype messages that I've actually moved off of Skype for the main part. And I only use it every now and then, because I've probably got about 150 affiliate managers on my Skype right now. Every day there's a message.
Yeah.
From
it gets
someone.
old real fast.
Well, I mean, you only have so much time in the day,
it gets
right?
old real fast.
And yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
so yeah, I guess now you just wait, and you hopefully in a couple of days, Bill, you get approved and you're ready to roll as a CPA affiliate on Monster Ads.
Yeah. Well, what I would do honestly in this scenario now, if I was just an affiliate, and you guys don't have this luxury, obviously, or some of you don't listening, is I would just start messaging people. If I know that a guy named, for example, Julio works for Monster Ads, you can bet your ass his email is firstname@monsterads.com. So you can start attacking it from that angle. You know what I mean? Like, and they want that too. Like, if they don't have to find out who you are because you're proactively messaging them saying, hey, I submitted an application, my name's Bill, blah, blah, blah. You're setting yourself apart from the other pile of applications. So that helps as well.
Yeah. And another thing is, if you join some industry groups on Facebook, and you start seeing the affiliate managers posting offers and stuff in there, they're generally on the prowl looking for affiliates. So there's another opportunity there. But make sure you are a real person. If you have a fake Facebook account and you have no profile image, and your email's john@gmail.com, you may as well just not even bother wasting your time. Be a real person. Go on Facebook and message them privately, and you might speed up the process.
Absolutely. And there's affiliate groups and stuff too. Just posting in those alone will get you attacked by affiliate managers. So that helps as well.
Exactly.
Anyway, right, well, I think that was a good podcast anyway.
Yeah, we'll call it a day on this one, Bill. It was a good discussion on how to get accepted to a CPA network, some of the trends happening, and what's inside Powerhouse for people that do want to learn the way to, build websites at the same time, maybe buy traffic to CPA offers. We do a lot of training on that. Our case studies cover it all the time. And we're going to do some more of those soon. We got some on Google, Facebook, another one coming out on Bing. So subscribe to our channel at YouTube. Below, somewhere on this page, you'll see a subscribe if it's on YouTube. Or, if you're on the blog, check it out. There's some icons there that you can subscribe to us, and you'll get all that information and like our page, all that kind of stuff, So you'll get our information. And Bill, if you don't have anything else to say, we'll call it a day and get out into the sun on this beautiful Friday.
Yeah, buddy. Sounds like a plan. It's a good podcast, and we'll see everybody next week.
All right. See you later.